DJ spun these records, parents and their kids sang along.
Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna.
These hits climbed the charts, and a lot of listeners never realized how dirty they really were. Until they did.
Knocking at your back door. Sweet.
Here are 7 more of the filthiest rock songs people didn't realize were so dirty. Some of these picks came straight from your comments on the first video, so keep them coming. Number 7, Turning Japanese, The Vapors, 1980.
I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
At first listen, it sounded like an odd little new wave hit with a strange, unexplained title. It was unusual enough to stick in your head, but not so obvious that everyone read the same meaning into it. The phrase, turning Japanese, did not come with a clear explanation, which left listeners to fill in the blanks. Over time, a persistent theory took hold that the song was actually about something far more explicit, hidden beneath its nervous energy and rapid-fire delivery. A lot of listeners took it as sexual, reading the title as a reference to the expression on someone's face during orgasm.
I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
That interpretation spread so widely that it became the song's most famous rumor. But songwriter Dave Fenton has consistently denied it, insisting the song was really about emotional collapse and the loss of a relationship. Either way, the ambiguity is what gave it staying power. You could hear it one way, or completely miss it. And once you hear the other interpretation, it's very hard to unhear.
Turning back, I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
The next song didn't hide it at all. It turned an STD into a live sing-along. Number 6, The Jack, AC/DC, 1975.
She's got the jack. She's got the jack.
She gave me the queen, she gave me the king, sang Bon Scott on AC/DC's 1975 song. But the album version was sugar-coated because The Jack was never really about a card game. It was Bon Scott's way of smuggling gonorrhea onto the record without saying it outright. Scott later said the idea came out of the band's early encounters with a house full of very friendly women, while another origin story ties it to a letter Malcolm Young received from a woman accusing him of passing on a venereal disease. Either way, the meaning was the same. For the studio cut, Scott toned it down and buried the whole thing inside poker language. Live was different. The dirty version came out in full, including, "She told me she was a virgin, she was number 999 on the clinical list." Sometimes he even sang gonorrhea to the tune of Maria, and later, Angus Young turned the whole thing into one of AC/DC's most famous striptease routines. From a card game hiding an STD to a song most teenage boys could relate to. Number 5, Pictures of Lily, The Who, 1967.
Pictures of Lily made my life so wonderful.
Pete Townsend never beat around the bush with this one. He called it a ditty about masturbation and the importance of it to a young man. The lyrics never say it outright, though. On the surface, it played like a strange little story about a boy whose dad gives him pictures of a woman named Lily to help him sleep at night. The boy starts crushing on Lily, only to discover she had been dead since 1929. Townsend said he wanted to capture that universal pinup period when teenagers latch onto an idealized image to cope with desire and loneliness.
Pictures of Lily help me sleep at night.
The idea came from an old postcard on his girlfriend's wall with a note that read, "Here's another picture of Lily. Hope you haven't got this one." Later accounts linked Lily to Lily Langtry, the famous Jersey Lily who really did die in 1929. Some people missed it completely, but others caught on. Townsend even had to defend it in the British press, insisting it wasn't pornographic. That only added to the song's aura, and it went on to reach number 4 in the UK.
Oh, how I cried that night. If only I...
From a song about a pinup to a song no one noticed was about a brothel, unless they were from Texas. Number 4, LaGrange, ZZ Top, 1973.
Look here, it's fine.
you've got the time.
On the surface, LaGrange sounds like a hard-driving blues rocker about a mysterious shack outside a small Texas town. It's fine if you got the time and the 10 to get yourself in. Sounds like a juke joint, or just a bar with a cover charge. But that 10 was not a cover charge. The shack in question was the Chicken Ranch, a real Texas brothel that operated on its final site from 1905 to 1973. It got its name during the Great Depression, when customers sometimes paid with live chickens. It ran out of a simple farmhouse and was openly tolerated by local law enforcement for decades. For plenty of Texas boys, it was treated like a rite of passage. Billy Gibbons called it a cat house way back in the woods, and Dusty Hill later tied it directly to the story behind the best little whorehouse in Texas. ZZ Top built the track on a boogie groove deeply indebted to John Lee Hooker's Boogie Chillin', with Gibbons even borrowing the how 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 vocal flourish from Hooker's Boom Boom. The lyrics were sly enough that a lot of people missed what the song was really about. Then real life caught up with it. In late July 1973, Houston reporter Marvin Zindler aired his expose on the Chicken Ranch, forced Governor Dolph Briscoe's hand, and the place was shut down on August 1st, 1973. Some locals fought to keep it open, but it was too late. The next band was less subtle, putting the meaning right there in the title. Number 3, Knocking at Your Back Door, Deep Purple, 1984. The title alone should have given it away. Knocking at Your Back Door is about exactly what you think it is. Ian Gillan later said the song was written in part as an experiment to see how far they could push sexual innuendo and still get radio airplay. The answer turned out to be pretty far. The track leaned on character-driven verses about women like Sweet Lucy and Sweet Nancy to give the lyrics a layer of story song camouflage. Gillan later described it as humorous, not in your face. The innuendo was thick enough that DJs could play it without connecting the dots. And they did. The song reached number 7 on Billboard's Top Rock Tracks chart. Then a Texas DJ named Redbeard called Gillan after the song was already in heavy U.S. rotation and asked, "Is this what I think it's about?" Gillan said yes. Redbeard's response was that radio stations across America were playing a song about anal sex and didn't even realize it. The song was even used as lineup intro music for the Seattle Supersonics during home games. Deep Purple proved that if the groove is good enough, nobody thinks about the title. Next up, a song that hid its meaning so well that fans still miss it decades later. Number 2, Drive My Car, The Beatles, 1965.
Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna.
The song seems simple enough. An aspiring actress offers the singer a job as her chauffeur. "Baby, you can drive my car," she tells him, "and maybe I'll love you." But Paul McCartney has acknowledged the double meaning behind Drive My Car. It plays like a blues-style double entendre, where there is more going on in that car than just driving. McCartney and John Lennon had been struggling with the song's original lyrics, which revolved around buying golden rings. The breakthrough came when they landed on that metaphor. McCartney later said that once the humor crept in, the rest wrote itself. The song's punchline sells it.
Baby, you can drive my car, but baby, I love you.
At the end, the woman admits she does not actually own a car. "Got no car and it's breaking my heart, but I found a driver and that's a start." If there is no car to drive, the meaning shifts pretty quickly. The song appeared on Rubber Soul in 1965 and marked a shift in the Beatles' style, one of the early signs they were moving beyond their mop-top image into more adult themes. But McCartney did not openly spell out the double meaning until 1997, and many years from now. Even today, some fans admit they never thought twice about it until it was pointed out.
You can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be.
And now for number 1 on our list, the song everyone agrees is a classic, but no one agrees what it's really about. Number 1, Summer of '69, Bryan Adams. For 40 years, Summer of '69 was the nostalgia anthem. Buying your first guitar at the Five and Dime, starting a garage band, standing on your mama's porch. Some critics have pointed out that Adams would have been 9 years old in the summer of 1969, making the whole thing feel made up. But Bryan Adams says none of that matters because the song isn't really about the year. In interviews, Adams has said the '69 can be read as a reference to the position. Not only is this still a hot debate among fans, but the song's creators don't even agree. His co-writer, Jim Vallance, says the song is exactly what it sounds like, a genuine piece of nostalgia. He drew on his own teenage band experiences and cultural moments like the moon landing and Woodstock. According to Vallance, the title was shoehorned into the lyrics late in the writing process. Adams even ad-libbed "Me and My Baby" in a '69 during early recordings, a line that helped fuel the interpretation. The song became a major rock radio hit, reaching number 5 on Billboard's Top Rock Tracks chart, and was widely treated as a wholesome coming-of-age anthem. Most critics focused on the nostalgia angle, with the main criticism being that Adams was too young to remember 1969. When fans eventually heard Adams' interpretation, reactions split. Some thought he was joking. Others pushed back hard. One fan put it simply, "Don't taint a good song." The meaning wasn't just hidden. Even after the artist explained it, millions of people refused to believe him. 7 songs, a poker game hiding gonorrhea, a brothel behind a boogie riff, and a nostalgia anthem that might not be so innocent. Which one caught you off guard? And what song should be on the next list? Drop it in the comments. Your pick might make the next video.